Ashley Wagenaar with Farming Smarter is going to speak about reviving conservation agronomy. Ashley actually has been only working for Farming Smarter for a short time, 2 weeks, and she told me that part of the condition was employment that she would come up here and speak. So I'm surprised. She must really like speaking, because otherwise, I don't know if, having to work for Farming Smarter itself is bad enough, but I have to do did I say that out loud? Sorry. I have to do public speaking, that's even worse. I'm fired. That was the plan. Anyways, will you please help me welcome Ashley?
Yeah, thanks, George. And let me just shake the jitters off because, hi, I've been with Farming Smarter for 2 weeks. My name is Ashley. And I wanted to introduce myself a little bit before I got into what I'm going to talk to you guys about, just because some of you haven't met me yet or don't know me from my previous roles. So, I started insect and crop scouting at the University of Lethbridge about 11 years ago, and that was with a vegetable processing company. So that took me here in Alberta with peas and corn. And then I also went to Ontario and I did peas, corn, beans, carrots, celery, Brussels sprouts, a bunch of different unique crops. And then I came back here to Alberta to work with a table potato processing company as well. And now here I am with Farming Smarter. I'm very excited to be working with them. And I just, working with these processors for the last 10 years, oh, thank you, Jamie. I have a unique, I think, experience on what I see from a customer side and what I see from like consumer demands of food and what they expect from farmers, even though maybe they don't know as much about farming as they think that they do. So we see a lot of the audits and the expectations and the practices that they expect, and that then we have to demand of the people who work with us. So it's like a little bit of a unique situation where I can kind of see that, and yet I'm also been in agriculture, and I think it's a cool opportunity to kind of bring that knowledge to anybody who's interested in that. And yeah, just kind of wanted to share. And then, my passion is for agronomy and for food systems, and I'm with Farming Smarter as a conservation agronomist. So my passion is how do we continue to do the great job that we're doing here in southern Alberta and grow the food in a way that we can continue to do for the next, 100, 200, 300 years. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about a new pilot project that we are starting. We partnered with a group called Farmers for Climate Solutions. They're not going to be directly involved in this at all, but they're just a group that they leverage money and funding from the government and from other external sources, and they give that money to organizations like us, and we can then work directly with farms and do really unique, cool projects. So, the program that I'm going to be talking a little bit about today comes from their FARM program. And FARM, very, very creatively, stands for Farm Resilience Mentorship Program. So the program focus is developing regional specific knowledge in identified sustainable practices that are just accessible. And they have a website that I'm just going to show you guys here. And they're very specific on, well, not specific, but they focus on 3 main topics. And those topics are nitrogen management, cover cropping, and then also advanced grazing systems, and kind of the relationship between all of those subject topics and how they work together. There we go. Okay, so this farm program, they've put a lot of time and money and resources into this program. So I highly recommend, if you have some spare time, to go to farmlearninghub.ca and have a look. They have 3 kind of online course bundles that are free for anybody to sign up and look for. And they're really, really in-depth modules on these 3 subjects. For example, I'll show you here. This is just one module. This is on cover cropping, and each one of these little lines, you don't have to read them, but they're just subjects relating to cover cropping. And my first week at Farming Smarter, I was able to finish 2 modules, or not 2 modules, but 2 subjects. So they're very in-depth and they're very useful, and they give you a very wide range of knowledge and a lot of resources as well. So I highly recommend. So then farm, they've put all this money into these resources, and they say, we want people to use these or be interested in these, or utilize maybe some different practices that they haven't done yet. So how do we get people to be interested in these subjects in a different way? And that is kind of my pilot project, is to be that support for the people who want to, try something new or look at something differently. So my pilot project here with Farming Smarter is identifying and supporting the implementation of best management practices in advanced nitrogen management, cover cropping, and or grazing systems in southern Alberta. So what's the project look like? So the project, as of right now, it's a 1-year project. We're hoping to sign up 10 farms who are interested in working with us. They will work with myself, as well as my support, who is Robert Dunn. If he could just stand up so I can look at him. Oh, he's right there. So Rob, many of you guys know, he's been in the agriculture consulting industry and also with the extension program that the Alberta government used to have in agriculture. For 30 plus years, he's a wealth of knowledge, and I'm very excited to work with him and to bring his knowledge and new ideas to those who are interested in. And so what we will do is we will identify an area of improvement, a best management practice, a new practice, or maybe like a practice that you want to look at that you're doing on your farm that you're like, I'm not exactly sure, I've been doing it this way for so long. Is that the best strategy for me? In nitrogen, cover cropping, and grazing. So then we look at that, we work with you, specific about what you're interested in, and then we create a little on-farm project. And this, hopefully, along with our support, creates a little bit of a regional specific network of knowledge and support in the area. So why am I talking to you guys about this? We want you to be interested. We just started this project, and now we are we're interested in having people who would like to work with us come forward and talk to us about this. So we would like you to be interested in collaborating with us on a little bit of on-farm research. Hey, hey, hey. So why would someone want to be interested in working with us on this? It's kind of a little bit of a unique project where we're able to fund a project without any super specific parameters. So we're able to be flexible, and sometimes with research you're not able to have that flexibility. We're not going to be telling you what we would like you to do. We're hoping that you will tell us what you're interested in doing. And then we hope that it can be linked to what are your long-term goals for your farm. Where would you like to see it going? Where would you like to improve if that's something that you're interested in? Hopefully you have some of those long-term goals, and you would like Farming Smarter to help you support in some of those goals. And yeah, so highlight specific regional challenges. So we all know that these are not new topics. There's a ton of support out there on the web. Everywhere you look, but sometimes it's really hard to adapt it to our specific region. Something that is very successful somewhere else is not always successful here. So that it's nice to have that specific knowledge. And then as well as myself and Rob, we're part of the Farming Smarter team. They have a wealth of research knowledge that they've been working on for many, many years. So we'll be able to draw from that knowledge base as well. And like I said, it's flexible and it's individual to whoever is interested. So what's the first step? The first step is to create a project. And you guys have all kind of heard about a bunch of interesting topics being here at this conference. So I wanted to bring out a couple. Did Dr. Chatterton break your heart on pulses yesterday? And if she did, come to us. Maybe you're like, I need to scrap that strategy. That's a bad strategy. Or maybe you were listening to Ryan and he was giving you some great new ideas on some potato cover cropping or maybe some intercropping strategies. So maybe you would like to create a nitrogen response curve on your farm, see specifically how your farm responds to different nitrogen rates. Maybe you'd like to identify some barriers or challenges with fall-seeded cover crops, because cover crops are great in certain areas, but we're also very, very dry. So maybe it's just not something that we can successfully adapt with certain crops here. Maybe you're interested in looking at intercropping on anything. Maybe you would like to look at nitrogen fertilizer applications. Blending enhanced efficiency nitrogen fertilizers, using cover crop residue to manage soil moisture, or creating best management practice just in general to improve soil health. These are just some examples of things that when we were talking, we were thinking of, hey, these could be some cool project ideas. And then I also wanted to say, it doesn't matter where you are on the spectrum of your farm. Like, you could have never touched a cover crop ever in your life, to the point where you have like a really good strategy and you're super confident at what you're doing on your farm. You could be anywhere in that spectrum. We don't have any specifications on any farms. Like, we're open to working with anybody. So what kind of involvement are we looking for from you guys? There will be an on-farm trial, of course. That's the project that myself and Rob will help, and then we will implement it in season. There might be a field day that we can share what we're seeing, the successes and maybe the challenges of what we're seeing with our project. And then this is open as well. There might be a few group learning sessions of just checking in on things, how things are looking. And then there will be a follow-up, of course, at the end of the season from me on what the results look like. And so the last thing that I just wanted to say is I think this is a really unique opportunity because we're here as support. We want to learn and we want to create and share. This isn't something that we're forcing on anyone. We hope that someone has a great project and they would just like a little bit of support. And we are very excited to be that support. And that is it. If you're interested, please come talk to me. I have some business cards if you'd like to email me or stop by the office or give me a call. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and I have one more slide because I was supposed to go at the end of the day. So that was my excuse for a little presentation as well as a little joke. But just save this in your mind until the end of the day is done and then think about it again.